Hello and welcome to my RTSL game versus Hervé Godinot. I will be playing as the USA and uh, well, I hope I do well this game because so far my RTSL record has been a true disaster and well, here is the chance I get to restore my former glory. Although even if I win this game, my record will still be abysmal. I think I'm at 2-4, so not really good. Okay, this hand is a pretty good one. It has everyone's favorite red square perch. It has another 4-up. It has the worst scoring I could get, but well, at least he didn't get it with Vietnam reports or Deco. Yeah. Let's just go for it. In this situation, this setup is probably fairly obvious. He doesn't have access to Italy, he doesn't have socialist government, he will be weakened from purge, so there's no reason to overprotect Italy. Unfortunately, Europe is not going to pay off during turns 1 or 2, so that didn't really matter that much. And Truman is out of the game. Well, alright. So of course Asia is my priority now. I wonder if I want to spend NATO immediately. But I think there is no good reason not to. I really want to spread like that, so I will just do it right away. Olympic Games coup in Lebanon, and it fails as well. Alright, I will just grab India then and see if he can respond to it in any way. I can do it thanks to socialist governments, which ensure that I have a discard to blockade. Alright. Okay. I have to admit, this game is really lucky so far. Even this 6 on the China coup was basically good for me because it just gave me more influence within the Pakistani war. Yeah. Well, that's awkward. I didn't expect this to happen. Okay, at least he got distal. I'm actually happy that he got distal because without it, it would have been a true disaster. Alright, let's think how to not screw this up. I'm afraid I won't be getting Asia domination. And I have to get mill-ups. Oh, I have mill-ups, but I pretty much have to try quitting Venezuela with independent Reds. I don't think there's any way around it. Yeah, I guess I will try. Jesus. Okay, I'm feeling guilty right now. This is really I don't feel good about this game. I, I I feel guilty. Yeah, let's get rid of Asia. Alright. As we all know, tables can turn really quickly in this game, so alright. Oh, and the reason I didn't go to Angola and I decided to just drop Asia is because I didn't really want to play any of the cards I had left in my hand. I just wanted to space socialists and get the space track. And well, even if I went to Angola, I would have to score Asia on my last AR, and then that means I wouldn't be able to go to Zaire anyway. So I would be just stuck in Angola, which would just go. So regardless of my moves, he would get Angola and Zaire anyway, and that's why I decided to not go there, even though Defcon was at 2. Here, Comecon, not Comecon, Containment, I'm sorry. Headline is fairly obvious, so I will not elaborate on that. Okay, what happened then? Vietnam revolts for a coup, Fidel for headline versus my containment, which is really good headline again for me. Very, very strong. Mm, okay, so what do I do now? I take Iran for sure. I take Algeria for sure. But I probably want to put one into France or Egypt. Probably Egypt. They probably care about Middle East more. So I'll just do this. Of course, I can afford to put only one up into Egypt instead of two because I hold Nasser, so I know he won't be able to play it versus me. And he plays Comic-Con. That's alright. Yeah. I can give him Warsaw immediately. It will enable him to play East European Unrest if he has it, but well, it's not even that bad. And on the other hand, now he has to put at least one influence to a country other than East Germany and Poland, and that means that East European Unrest will be able to remove that influence, so it works both ways, one may say. Arab-Israeli war is gone, so I may consider going for Israel. Also, with containment in play, Nasser is spaceable, so I think it may be a good idea to space it. Okay, he just spreads, ignores Middle East. He doesn't have 5-year plan, so he won't discard it. Truman is out of play. Hmm. Interesting. So I will probably try to hold UN intervention. Space Nasser, or I can play UN intervention with Nasser as well. Or I can try holding captured Nazi scientists. Okay, let's put at least one into France. Let's threaten Laos and spread from Venezuela. Yeah, I don't think I will go for Israel after all. I see too many places to put ops into. I don't think it's worthwhile, especially when I have Nasser, so I know for a fact that he won't be really able to fight for the Middle East. Okay, he plays special, he spreads in Asia. Sure. Yeah. Let's take Indonesia, let's take Burma, let's take West Germany. Uh, well, I don't think I can do that right away. That would really make me vulnerable to blockade. So I think I will just go for captured Nazi scientists and secure my position in Asia. Taking Burma is quite important for me now because I really want to secure India against the Pakistani war attempts. Alright, blockade is gone. So now I can use Cambridge 5 if I want to. However, I may start with playing Nasser. So I have more ops left to react. Okay, he spaces attack, he fails. So now I again can go for Israel, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to break Iraq because, well, it makes it possible to score Middle East for 8 if I draw it. And let's say I will boost Panama a little bit to not lose it so easily. Okay. So that's at least one thing that worked well for him. He drew the Middle East. So he won't get punished for the lack of presence there. I got Marshall in US Japan. He got Middle East, nuclear test ban, CIA defectors, decal and Korean War, if I'm not mistaken. And I redrew blockade, UN, Europe, and independent rights. Alright. He can safely headline decal if he wants to. He has defectors in his hand. I don't see... I don't know of any cards. Well, the only card in the game that could stop my Europe domination is socialist governments. And if he headlines socialist governments, I probably want to get rid of Europe ASAP anyway, because it's possible for him to take Italy in that scenario and then dominate in Europe. Of course, I could headline Marshall Plan as well. And that's an option worth considering, actually. Boosting all the countries in Europe sounds like a good idea. However, it's kind of a waste when I dominate Europe anyway. It's basically a long-term investment, and I don't need to activate NATO. So the choice is basically between Marshall and Europe. I will go for Europe. Only socialists that were gone uh, can save him from my Euro domination. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. He got something out of this game. So he can get rid of my control of Italy, France, and West Germany, which basically means that he gets 2 VPs for Europe scoring, which is a rare occurrence. And I suspect he will play the CIA, seeing Europe gone. Unless he wants to take control of Italy anyway, but then of course I will just coup Africa and leave him with CIA and without UN intervention in hand. So that's not really something he would gladly allow. Yeah, he does that. He gets 2 and he gives me the CIA. Cool. Whoa, he gives me the CIA in this manner. Wow, okay, he got NATO as well, and that's all I needed to know. That play with Lebanon was surprisingly annoying. So I should probably coup Lebanon with CIA now, and then use independent Reds to coup Zaire. But if I fail in Lebanon, this allows him to drop Middle East for without my domination. On the other hand, with Iraq broken, if he drops Middle East immediately, that gives me 3 VPs from it anyway. Whatever. And Jesus. Okay, that's really unlucky. So I guess the situation is becoming less and less obvious with every move. Okay, he got rid of Middle East scoring. Alright, I know he has decal, but I probably don't want to give him additional mill-ups, so I will just play safe and take the countries I want to take. I probably want to keep US Japan until my last AR, so I can probably enter Uruguay with it, I guess. Romanian abdication, UN intervention, and blockade will all be played for 1-up, so I don't really have much to show, excluding US Japan defense pact. So it's kind of important for me to hold it. Okay, of course he does all that. Let's do the obvious thing. I could also hold UN intervention and play the China card. And I kind of like that idea more, I think. Of course he does that. Yeah, especially... So here's the question. Do I spend US Japan now? I probably have to. Well, maybe I don't have to, but I probably should, right? Yeah, so This way I'm not going to enter Uruguay this turn, which sucks. Well, unless I enter Uruguay with Romanian abdication, but that's risky. No, not that. Let's try this. If he plays NATO now, and he does, I know he has only 2 ops left. Uh, oh, that's really smart of him. That's really smart of him. Okay, so now I will just do this and temporarily defend Asia. Of course, I know he doesn't have Asia scoring, but he doesn't know that I don't have it. He doesn't know I have UN intervention. So this kind of may tempt him to, like, I don't know, capture Vietnam with his Korean war. However, if he does that, he will probably also overprotect South Korea. The problem is, if he doesn't overprotect South Korea, I will just... Yeah, of course. I will just put everything into South Korea with my China card. But, well, that didn't work. However, I'm still going to play the China card. This way. I could also play the China card this way, making Che a huge problem, but well, there's only a little chance he gets it. Okay. That's an acceptable hand. Let's go for Miss Landy. Alright. Let's see what we get. South African unrest is a pretty strong card here, even though it doesn't grant him Angola. I mean, he already has it, so he doesn't need to get it. I hope for a red card so I can coup with it. Would be ideal. I really want to coup Africa. He's really taking his time thinking about it. Unless he's thinking what to do with South African unrest influence, which also is maybe not as obvious for him. That's one of the worst cards I could get. It kind of helps in Asia, but also not really. That's really bad for me. That's really bad for me. Okay, let's threaten Panama. Hopefully he doesn't overprotect Nigeria. Okay, another 6. Now I can take Nigeria. He started being really lucky after my insane early game. So I guess that's what I meant when I said that tables can turn really quickly in this game. Vietnam realignment? Oh yeah. Okay, that was. Whoa! I have no idea what's happening in this game. This is this is not serious. This should have never happened. Jesus Christ. I was at -2, so like, yeah, this was literally the only scenario in which this happens. Like, even if it was not 6 against 1, if it was 6 against 2, I would only remove 2 of his influence. Jesus. Okay, I don't want him to get Chile for free, so I will react with Comic Con. Okay, that's another 6. What a crazy game. And let's grab Chile. Americas are the only regions left, so it's pretty much my priority now to, well, to overprotect Mexico. Okay. Actually, no. Screw West Germany. Europe is already scored, so he can break at me. Or I don't really care that much. Of course, I'm leaving UN intervention with lone gunman for my last play. So if he gives me Kennedy, I can discard lone gunman, which is by far the worst card in my hand. Okay, he didn't give me Kennedy, so now I can get rid of this. Okay, both Americas are here. Bear trap is here. Check. Central South America. Arab-Israeli war. Our men in Tehran. Liberation theology. Alliance for progress. One small step. Cool. I do not know any cards he may have in his hand. Let's think. I really want to play a scoring in my headline, right? Unless I want to play Bear Trap and coup something. But I don't think it's my priority right now. Or is it? That's a really tough one. Lions for Progress is also a good headline. I will spend some time on it. I think it's crucial. So Bershab is the safest option so far. South America cannot be really screwed up so badly that I don't get at least a nomination. However, Central America is a region that is, let's say, equalish now and can easily get worse. But on the other hand, if I headline Central, it doesn't let him get Panama, but also if he responds with Junta or ABM in his headline, or even Brush War, this can turn into a disaster. And Alliance is probably too strong with so many obligations in my hand. So I think it's Bear Trap or South America. Let's go for Bear Trap. Maybe he will spend some time there. Okay, let's see who gets out first. Sure. He gets out first. That's not good. Please, can I get out? Please? Okay. We both got out. Okay. Another another gift from the fate. I don't have many cards I would like to spend. Okay, the question is it necessary for me to repair Brazil immediately? I don't think so. The only obvious reason for that would be if he has Brush War, it would guard me against Brush in Venezuela. But first he would have to have Brush War, and second thing is that it only makes a roll of 3 not that good for him. Which means there's only 1/6 of the chance that it makes a difference. And that's assuming he has Brush War. So I think I will just score Central. And if he has Brush War and goes for Venezuela and rolls exactly 3, then well, fuck me, I guess. But I hope that doesn't happen. I think this is a reasonable thing to do on my part, because I have absolutely no way to access Panama. Especially after his 6 in Colombia. Okay, he doesn't have Brush War, it seems. That's interesting. Well, I guess I'm giving him a Rapid Israeli War. I prefer that over one small step, I guess. And if he wants to score Asia, I guess I can't really stop him. Okay. I got away with it. I don't think he will fight for South America now. I think he will just go for Japan and then score Asia. So he will go for Japan, I will score South America, then he will score Asia, then I will space Che or play Man in Tehran for event, I guess. Yeah, seems so. Also, I could play Alliance for Progress for event because that's a card I surely want to event. So I think I will go for it. He spaces that, so I can now utilize one small step. I think he has Kennedy. Alright, so that means that Che is not that dangerous now, so I can give it to him and get some Milops myself. I said I think he has Kennedy because that's lucky. Because usually when you space nuclear subs as USSR, it's because you can't play it on the last AR, and I thought he would play Kennedy on his last AR, but it seems that he just didn't want to let me coup Angola or Zaire, especially knowing that I had to put something anyway. So that's absolutely reasonable on his part. Okay, with Africa being this weak, I mean, him not overprotecting Angola and Zaire, uh, Voice of America is a monstrosity. It's a huge card. There are no scorings that I can mess up with it. This hand has no ups, unfortunately. Do I want to start with Voice of America or play it later? Yeah, let's start with it. Oh, of course, there's Southeast Asia scoring that I can destroy. So that's for sure, and I think I'll just go for Thailand. Seems obvious. Of course, I could also go for Indonesia. But if I went for Indonesia, I wouldn't force him to do a particular thing, which is repairing Thailand. And that would mean that if he drew Portuguese Empire crumbles, he could just play for event and grab Angola with it. Okay, he just... Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. I mean, or maybe I just don't care. Let's do this. I really don't want him to get Angola with Portuguese Empire crumbles. I probably want to play the China card anyway, so my Nixon gets value. So I will just spend it immediately. Okay, he goes for Angola, of course. Yeah. That sucks, but I'm not going to complain. He deserved to get that. So let's... Okay, let's at least protect Nigeria so I don't lose it. Okay. Hmm. Okay, first things first, let's get China card back. No, he breaks UK. Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. Mm, okay. There are no cards that I'm scared of left in the deck, so I want to be using my man in Tehran as an event before the reshuffle at least. I could get mid-ups. I think I will try Green Colombia. Is it Colombia or Guatemala? It's probably not Saharan states, I don't really care about that. I think Guatemala is the best target here. Okay, and it worked. Because Colombia basically kind of protects Venezuela, gives me access to Panama, and it denies him presence in South America. But all of those things are not that important. And Guatemala secures my only battleground in the Central America, which is Mexico, and also denies him domination even if he grabs Panama immediately. So I think it's kind of a bigger deal. Okay, let's space will burial. Unfortunate, I didn't hit. Of course, captured Nazi scientists are potentially useful, but you usually please don't do it to me. He didn't do it to me. You usually want to use captured Nazi scientists on to get to the even, I mean odd places on space racetrack because there's a lower chance of you hitting those rolls. Okay, I will just event Camp David Accords to stabilize position in the Middle East and get a point. Yeah, that's true. He's definitely better at rolling in the non-battleground countries. That's really annoying because I only have one tour that I wanted to hold, but I don't think I want Italy to be wide open, so I will just uh, fix it with my man in Tehran. Alright, what did we get? Usury, grain sales, John Paul, flower power, Latin American death squads. Alright. Grain sales or usury? I think it's grain sales. Okay, he goes for collateral. And I get this card. Well, okay, it's not that bad, I guess. I mean, it's worse than basically everything else I could get. But I'm not going to complain. It's not that bad because he had Angola in his grasp anyway, so it doesn't make that big of a difference that he gets additional to influence there. If I'm not mistaken, I think I know all his cards. Panama Canal ask not duck and cover U2 incident in the Pakistani war, salt negotiations and Red Scare. The interesting question is, will he play Red Scare early during the turn and then try to salt it back into his hand? Oh, it's also an interesting situation when it comes to Southeast Asia scoring, because it's favorable towards him, and usually it doesn't matter if someone discards Southeast Asia scoring because it is scored exactly once per every game. But in this situation, when I drew it after the reshuffle, uh, if he lets me discard Southeast Asia scoring with Kennedy, it will never be scored again. So he may use salt to counter my uh, grain sales shortening of his hand to not play Ask Not, uh, and yeah, not let me discard Southeast Asia scoring. And it's even more funny because normally he could just space Ask Not, but he is stuck with Duck and Cover in his hand, which he has to space because it's a Defcon suicide, unless he uses Salt Negotiations to um, to improve the Defcon situation, and then maybe he can play Duck and Cover after that. Regardless of that, I'm going to get the China card back before he plays it. I don't want him to have flexibility with this hand. And all the China cards are gone. I mean, all the China related cards are gone, which means that I will be able to play the China card exactly when I want to. Okay, he plays Perch for ups in a reasonable way. I probably want Latin American Death Squads. I mean, Jesus, I probably want OAS to be my AR7 play. Alright. Okay, I was. Okay, that's kind of random though. Yeah, okay, let's just do this. It kind of doesn't give me anything immediately, but that's something I want to do anyway, so I may just as well start with it. Okay, he probably events to get a Purge back. That's what I thought would happen. Now I have the possibility to cool Thailand with the China card, which is a greedy move. And I probably shouldn't do that, right? Chances are not great. Well, I probably want to lower the Defcon and I don't really have a good target. Unless I go for Panama with Flower Power. Let's try it. The payoff is huge if I do this and it succeeds as it has. Because I'm just about to score Southeast Asia, and it also means that he's not dominating Asia longer. So that's huge that it worked. Yeah, he's really lucky this game, but exactly in moments where he doesn't need to, and he's really unlucky in the moments where he really needs to be lucky. Alright, I could just go for Poland at this point, because, like, why not? He has to do something with that because Warsaw Pact is gone, and I'm kind of threatening Europe control if I turn down this wall. Okay, he just spaces that. So that's rough forward. Now he doesn't need to worry about not giving me ask not that much because now I want to play, so he's just scoring just a point for me. And 1 point is not something to frown upon at this stage of the game with me having 13 points advantage. I think he's just going to play Panama Canal to Panama now. That's probably the most obvious thing he can do. Yeah. I will respond with scoring Southeast Asia. Then he will give me Kennedy. I will discard Summit. And probably play OAS in my last AR. Kind of depending on what I draw. Oh, that's a pretty good redraw. Especially considering the fact that we're approaching late war, and East European unrest in the late war is a true monstrosity. So I will not complain about that, certainly. Alright, yeah, that happened finally. But that didn't work. Okay, let's do this. Okay. That's not a bad hand. It has some decent events, which is especially useful uh, because I'm getting purged 100% this turn. Hmm. And this is a really. This is not a great hand, but it's a really good hand to be purged with. So I think it's fine. Do I want to start with Brush War or something else? Let's start with Brush War. Whoa! Okay, I didn't see that coming. Of course, it's kind of inconvenient because it grants him the Flower Power VPs, and he could theoretically have an Evil Empire card which would disable Flower Power. But I wanted to make sure that I get a try on Angola before he is able to do anything about it. Alright, that's scary. I could now use this opportunity to realign Cuba, or take Panama. But I also kind of want to event fireworks. I really don't want to let him dominate me in the Middle East. but I don't know if I can do anything about it. There are three things I could do now. I could either take Panama with influence, or secure Middle East, or realign Cuba. I can get two of those things though. I can get Panama now, and if he defends Cuba, I can equalize the Middle East, and if he scores the Middle East, I can realign Cuba. So I think I will be satisfied with getting only two of those things. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's get rid of Ortega and grab Israel since I can. Okay. Okay, now he does what? I can space the reformer because there's no way I am going to play it, and now if he doesn't once more step me, I can grab some points with captured net scientist. If he does once more step me, I can still grab some points with captured net scientist, but um, I think I will event independent threats to. Oh, never mind. I will not be eventing independent threats. I will be performing coups, starting with Nigeria to boost it. Yeah, take that. It hurts, but I really don't like the idea of letting you double your influence there. And now let's. Jesus Christ, realign Cuba, I guess. Okay, we got Central, we got Junta, we got everything we could hope for. So let's go with Junta. It doesn't give me huge value now, but it's just a safe option. The best thing about getting Junta with this hand is basically the fact that he didn't get it. Of course, he can break my Europe, I can, I don't know, go to Cuba and coup Panama, then he can do some stuff in Europe, grab Italy or whatever he wants to, and then I can score Central. Not for a victory yet. So maybe I should start with grabbing more, for example, taking Cuba. Okay, oh, that gives me 1 point I needed, so yeah, GG. Well, uh, Well, uh, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game, and uh, well, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully, uh, my games don't. My games stop jumping from extremely unlucky to extremely lucky. And yeah, uh, enjoy yourselves.